Hail and well met friends! Andang here for another episode of March of the King. When we last left off, we were getting ready to go and find everybody for Aragorn. I'm seriously, like, everybody. And so now we're going to do that, and also try not to walk over these people who are dead, sadly. This one is not one of doing here. Oh man, we're doing the sun looking thing already? Oh man. This is sad. Oh, man. It would be wonderful if they were both alive. Whoa. Wait a second. Certainly the body of Darafin. Oh man. If this guy wasn't standing on him, I would be able to see. Wow. Oh man. That's not good. Alright, let's see if we can find his other son. Man. Can you imagine just trying to find people after a war is just... and identifying bodies? I mean, that has to be somebody's job. And that would not be fun at all. I do not envy that person one bit. Oh man. You are certain this is the body of Darlin? Dang it. Wow. Let's head over here. Elfhelm and Dervin are deep in conversation, but they look up as you approach.
The battle is ended. It was a victory hard bought.
And many good men fell upon this field, and will not return to their homes. Alas, for Elfmar. Alas, for my son. As much of the Elfward as remains mourns for him, and I weep for him. This man is Dervin, and was a companion of mighty Golodir, who slew Olog Thruthgrath, though he died in the doing. We have been sharing tales of our fallen, and it has eased my sorrow somewhat, though it cannot erase it. His people appear to have stern and grim at first, but I have marked that they speak warmly of their friends, and the lands from which they hail. Perhaps they are not so different from the men of the Mark as I supposed. I will speak for more of the leaders of my people, and go to the Rangers' Pavilion at once.
I am happy you survived. So many of our friends did not.
I am happy to see you survived the battle, Andang. So many of our friends did not. Loyal Halbarad, weary Golodir, young Celebriant. I feel their loss keenly. 8 of my brothers fell upon the Pelennor in service to Aragorn. But if they had the choice of fighting for him once again, you would find 8 minds unchanged. I will continue on to his pavilion, Andang, and no matter his command, I will see it done. That's loyalty you cannot buy, I tell you what. Alright, so let's make our way back. Man, this is such a sad tale. Alright. Let's hope that once we start marching, it'll get a little bit happier. I thank you, Andang. I understand that it was a difficult task, but you have shown both discretion and courtesy in seeing it through. Okay, so we're finally getting to the introduction to this area by going and talking to Imrahil back inside of Minas Tirith. So let's go and do just that. Legolas and Gimli smile warmly at your approach. Well, I don't see them yet. There you are. Man, there are so many players on that
We
they're
have
just
been
not
to
loading
see
in.
Mary, where he lies in the houses of healing.
and I am pleased to report that he will survive his wounds. We spoke with him for a time, and rested upon the wall. He is weary, but the worst seems to be behind him. Have you taken the opportunity to explore the city, and it is impressive, but there are not enough gardens here, and the folk suffer for their lack. They need more that is green and growing. If Aragorn does claim his crown, my people will bring him birds to sing and trees to thrive, and thus will be a better city for their presence. We are on our way back to Aragorn's pavilion. I am eager to learn what he chooses for his next course. Alright, Gimli, let's talk.
My axe has not yet had its fill.
Now that the battle is done, I have taken a good look at the stonework of the city. Some of it's finely made, but there is plenty of careless stonework as well. And I see much that might be improved in the layout of the streets. Do not mistake me, any dwarf would see the same. Where should we go next? My axe has not had its fill, and I will wield it on behalf of Aragorn, wherever he deems it most needed. Alright, Gimli, that's great. Glad you guys are so concerned about all the lost people that we just had, and, really focusing on the things that matter, like growing plants and stonework. Handang, I thank you for coming. While there is much work yet to be done in the city, and you and I are now needed elsewhere, at Aragorn's pavilion upon the Pelennor, where we must take stock of the day and plan for the future. Come, I will meet you there. We shall see what Aragorn has to say. Yeah, that definitely should have been done earlier, but that's okay. Alright, I guess we're not actually going to go inside and explore the city as the elf would like us to, since we have already done that in the last, 3 updates now. I mean, Minas Tirith has been here for a while.
The battle is won, but time is short.
Yes, time is short.
Some things that were kept secret must now be revealed.
A decision made without all the information is undermined, even as it is made, Andang. When we meet in council, some things that were kept secret must be revealed, if we are to properly weigh our choices. I hope you will think no less of me for keeping these secrets, my friend. You are a good friend and true, and if I kept you in the dark, I did so only because, at the time, I thought it was needed. Speak to me when you are ready to meet. Alright, well, let's do the other quest first, Aragorn. We can select you. Andang, I have need of your assistance. We have won the battle, but the enemy is far from true defeat. You understand that as much as anyone. We must act swiftly and decisively. We are soon to embark on our most arduous and perilous journey yet, I think. I hope you will come with me, but first I must ask you to bring word to Éomer and Angbor that our forces, such as they are, must be prepared to march. Alright, well, we can tell Éomer right here, because he's literally right next to you, Aragorn, probably listening into the conversation, but we'll tell him. It is good to see you again, Andang. I saw you speak with Aragorn, and guess at what he asks. Many Rohirrim have died this last day. If we need to stop now, their deaths would surely be for naught. I am rightful king of Rohan now, and my men will do as I bid. Tell Aragorn I raise my sword, and his, and that when he blows his horns, we will come to the call. Alright, I will tell Aragorn, who's, once again, literally 2 feet from you, but I understand that you kings can't talk to each other because, that would be just too far below you. But we'll go ahead and tell Aragorn.
It's time to decide our course.
Yes, let's decide and get the heck out of this awkward situation that we got here. Oh my goodness.
Aragorn has called for a council to determine his next course of action. May wisdom guide his steps.
This way, Andang. I think they will start soon. No, they won't start soon. He'll wait for me to start the quest. It's that simple. The captains who fought on Pelennor are here now, Andang, and it is time to begin. Greetings, my lords and friends, captains of the soldiers, assembled on the Pelennor. We have won a great battle, but now we have a choice to make. Much rests upon our decision. Of what decision do you speak, Aragorn? Mithrandir will explain it to us, that we may choose aright. Okay. You remember the words of Denethor, Andang? In them I think there is much we might learn. Yes, the steward of Gondor had much to say about the dangers that threaten us. He claimed that victory on the Pelennor might last for an hour, or a day, but that we could not hope for a lasting victory against the powers that rules in Mordor. Denethor fell into despair at the sight of Sauron's armies in the depths of the Seeing Stone. We must not despair as he did. Though it took all our strength to fight back the first assault, the next assault will be greater than the last, sooner or later. One will come, and we will not have the power to defend. Denethor was right. Strength of arms will not bring us victory. What then can we do? If we cannot achieve victory, what would your advice be for us? To hide behind our walls, enduring siege after siege, until we can last no longer? You would have us retreat to Minas Tirith, or Dol Amroth, or Dunharrow, and wait for the end. I will not play like a child with a sand castle, waiting in fear as the tide comes in. Yes, that is exactly what all of Gondor did during the days of Denethor. Watching, waiting, doing nothing. Do not misunderstand me. I still see hope for victory, but not through battle. Into this debate must come the Ring of Power, for it is central to the matter. You know enough of this thing to understand our danger, my lords. If Sauron regains the ring that he lost, his victory will be complete. Your valorous deeds will come to naught. But if the ring is to be destroyed, he will fall. His fall will be swift and total. A great evil of this world will be gone. Sauron will be no more. Sauron knows all this. He knows that the ring he lost has been found again, but he knows not where it is now. His greatest fear is that we have found it, for there are those among us with the strength to wield it. Am I right to think you revealed yourself to him, Aragorn? Yes, my friend. Before I rode from the Hornburg, I deemed the time was ripe to use the Stone of Orthanc. Saruman's Seeing Stone. I believed that the stone had come into my possession for this very purpose. 10 days had passed since the ring-bearer went east from Rauros. I thought it would be meet to draw Sauron's gaze to me, and away from his own lands. Had I known how swift he would be his response, perhaps I should have waited. And yet that swiftness proved an error. He did not crush Gondor with that first throw. Aye, that is so. You say it is hopeless for us to attack Sauron if he has the ring. But why should he not fear the same if he thinks we have it? There are some considerations that may slow his hand. The ring can only be wielded by one, rather than by many. Sauron will expect the struggle among those who seek to wield it. He waits until one among us seeks to become greater than the others. And that is when he will act, seizing the advantage of our disarray. His Nazgul still fly overhead, seeking signs of our movement. He has not forgotten the sword of Elendil, and now he has seen it reforged. His first assault was turned back, and his greatest captain slain. The winds of fortune have begun to blow in our favor. For the first time, doubt has begun to gnaw at him. We do not have the ring, though through either wisdom or folly it has been sent away to be destroyed, lest it destroys us. Without it, we cannot defeat Sauron's by force. This, then, is my counsel. We keep Sauron's eye fixed upon us, and blind his true peril. We march out to meet him, making ourselves the bait. He will see this as a prideful action of a new Lord of the Ring. He will empty his land, seeking to destroy this young upstart, and take it back, giving Frodo his chance. It is a trap, not for us, but for the Dark Lord. Yes, Legolas, we know. Legolas is right. We seek to capture Sauron's attention, and keep it fastened upon us for as long as we can. But do not misunderstand. If we march to the Black Gate, there will be nothing to keep him from sending the considerable forces within Mordor to crush us completely, and without mercy. We will be buying time for the Ring-Bearer to complete his mission, but there will be no more time for us. Any who go with me on this last march should know he goes to his death. There will likely be no returning from this. Still, I consider it my duty to try. I do not claim to command any man in this. Let each make his choice as he will. We came from Nimladris with this purpose. We will not turn back. I do not know much of these dealings, but I know this. My friend Aragorn aided my people when they had need. I now will aid him. Aragorn is my king, whether he claims it or no. His wish is a command to me. But the city must not be undefended behind us. We do not need a great force to march on the Black Gate. This is not an army with designs on victory. We will determine the numbers we bring east, and the numbers we leave behind. May this be the right choice, Sandang. I would rather die doing my part to bring about a new age, than to do nothing, and know the new age will never come. Alright. Well, that was quite the meeting, learning that we need to go and basically invade Mordor, at least knock on the door. Alright.
This is not the easy decision, but I think it is the right one.
We cannot defeat Sauron in battle, but we must draw his gaze, and keep it upon us for as long as we can. All our hopes lie now on Frodo and Sam, and we must do what we can to aid them from afar. Alright. Well, let's get this new cloak. Let's see where the might is. There's the might.
So it is decided.
For better or for ill, the men I sent marching through Lossarnoch from Pelargir have drawn nigh to the city. So too have the men I commanded to follow the corsair ships in the smaller watercraft upon the Anduin. They loiter now, waiting for orders. Let us give them direction and hope that they will make good of their word, when they find that direction is east, towards the shadow. Take this call for the soldiers, and read it to the heralds on the field, and throughout the first circle of the city. The heralds will bring its message to the waiting soldiers, and boy, the number of men that will march with us. Buoy. Alright, well, I think that does end this episode. Thank you everyone so much for watching, and I'll see you again real soon for another episode of March of the King.
Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to hit the like button below. And if you'd like to see more of my daily content, feel free to subscribe, and you'll be notified when that new content comes out. And also, if you'd like to help support my channel and help me continue to create high quality videos, feel free to support me on Patreon, and you can get all sorts of great rewards in the process. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you again real soon for another video.